from your first days on campus, you do get involved in pretty technical experience, which is very valuable. Additionally, we have a cross between a club and a class, and those are called project teams. Through these project teams, Cornell students do a variety of different engineering tasks. Some are more app development based, where others are more competition. One of our competition project teams is our Mars rover project team. This is where engineering students will work together to create a Mars rover that fits a specific task for the year, specific prompt, where it will then face off against rovers from other schools. In our app development-based project teams, one of which a very popular app to come out of those is called Eatery, and this is our on-campus app that tells you all the dining hall options for the day. Finally, we have a program in engineering that's kind of similar to the credit internship program in ILR, but a bit different. This is where engineering students will work an internship during the academic year at companies that are quite competitive to break into. The benefit of doing this program, even though you don't get academic credit, is that you're able to break into industries that are highly competitive during the off season. And Cornell students have about a 97% offer of return rate at these companies, which is very beneficial for our engineering students. This building over here is Uris Hall. It was actually voted the ugliest building on campus. I don't know if I quite agree. I think I have a few other buildings I'd like to put in the mix. Uris Hall was actually meant to be designed after the Pittsburgh Steel Building. The architect of Uris Hall expected it to rust to a bit more of a beautiful color, bluey, a different color of rust. However, they failed to take into account the fact that Ithaca has far less pollution than Pittsburgh, so they will get the desired effect in about 300 years. Until then, we're stuck with Uris Hall. Around this part of campus, we have a really unique mix of architecture. Cornell has a trend of building in the architectural style at the time, so you can kind of see how campus has evolved depending on which buildings you're seeing and which part of campus you're in. That building over there is Sage Hall. It is home to our SC Johnson Graduate College of Business. We bring up SC Johnson as a grad school because it functions as an umbrella college for our business schools, so our business students aren't fighting over resources and professors. They're able to get access to all things business through SC Johnson. Additionally, there are 3 red brick buildings Cornell wanted to maintain the sightline between. That is why this building over here, our Cornell store, is built like a bunker. The Cornell store is our bookstore on campus, so this is where you'll pick up all your textbooks. But additionally, there are cafes in there, a bank, and it's a great place to hang out centrally on campus. We can step inside the building very soon. The weather did not hold, as I was not sure it was, but the second red brick building is Barnes Hall right over there. It is home to our Cornell Career Services. Barnes Hall is open to all students from their first day on campus to years after graduation who are looking for any help they might need with their career, whether it's curating a resume, taking headshots, or getting career advice. And the third red brick building is this building over here, Sage Chapel, donated by the same Henry Sage, who donated money for Sage Hall. At Cornell's founding and still today, it was a non-sectarian university, which was quite controversial at the time, and garnered Cornell some nasty nicknames like the Heathens on the Hill or the Godless Institution. Henry Sage was not fond of this, so he donated money to create Sage Chapel, which still to this day is open to all religious groups, and kind of in an ode to this non-sectarian founding. A lot of the artwork in Sage Chapel does not depict religious figures, but academics. At the front of Sage Chapel, there's a big mural of Father Philosophy, which is quite unique for a chapel. As it looks like there is today, I think there's perhaps a wedding in Sage Chapel. Sage Chapel is a pretty popular wedding destination. That being said, there is quite a long wait list because of this, so it is recommended that you write your name in pen and your partner's name in paper after you graduate. So if anything happens during those few years you're on the wait list, you still have your wedding venue locked down, and everything else will sort itself out. Additionally, it was not designed to be a wedding venue, and because of this, the bride and groom do get ready in the crypt of Ezra Cornell and A.D. White, which Mr. Cornell and Andrew Dixon White will rise up and walk you down the aisle, because who wouldn't want to marry a Cornellian? Because it's not really raining too hard right now, I'm going to take us over here to see the lookout. That being said, if you want to duck into a building, you can go into Willard Straight Hall over there at any point. Willard Straight Hall is our student union on campus. It is turning 100 this year. And Willard Straight Hall has a pretty fun origin story. Willard Straight was an architecture student on campus. He is actually credited with founding Dragon Day. But during his time on campus, Willard Straight was a bit more of a socialite than an academic. And so when he passed away and left a sum of money to Cornell, he stipulated that it should not be used for any academic purposes. This, of course, left the administration kind of scratching their head. Cornell is a quite academic school, if you haven't gathered that from the tour thus far. But they eventually decided to build Willard Straight Hall, and true to his wishes, there's nothing academic inside. Instead, we have a dining hall, a movie theater, some dance studios, a full fiction library, in addition to other things. It is also home to the offices of our 10,000 plus clubs on campus. As I mentioned before, a lot of Cornell students, including myself, are involved in professional clubs and also more fun clubs. Before I came to campus, I had never done any rowing. I'm still quite bad at it, but it has been fun to get on the water of Cayuga Lake through the rowing club and get to try something new. But like I said, I'm also involved in a pre-law frat, which is helping me with my professional development skills as well. So when you come to campus, there's a wide variety of options in terms of clubs for you to take here. Right now, we are on the edge of the slope and looking out over Ithaca more broadly. At the bottom of the slope is West Campus, which is where a lot of upperclassmen will live on campus. If you don't want to live on campus past your sophomore year, a lot of upperclassmen will also live down in College Town, which is about a 10-minute walk down Ho Plaza. From this upper Ithaca area, just a little bit over there, you can see Cayuga Lake, which is a beautiful lookout point on campus. And as you might have noticed, Ithaca is a bit more remote than other college campuses. That being said, we do have a lot of great restaurants in the Commons. A lot of great festivals and shops happen throughout the years. Just 2 weeks ago, we had Apple Fest, where a lot of vendors set up in the Commons with a lot of Apple-based products. I personally really enjoy the isolated nature of Cornell. It might not be for you, but if you're looking for a school where people are really looking to put a lot of their effort and attention into their college life, because frankly there's not a ton around, Cornell's a great place for that. I find people are super invested in campus life. They're always around, which I've really enjoyed in my college experience. I chose Cornell because I ultimately wanted a school that would push me academically and socially, which I think it has. As I mentioned before, I came from a super small high school and was nervous about the size of Cornell, but I really enjoy the moderate size because there are enough people that you don't see the same faces over and over again, but it's small enough that you will see a few people again and again, and you can make friends that way. I met my best friend at the bus stop going to the farmer's market during my first week on campus. I think you'll find a lot of people here are really open to meeting new people at a variety of locations. With that is the end of the tour. I'll stick around if you have any questions for a little bit. You'll also get a form asking for tour feedback, positive or negative. That being said, if you liked the tour, my name was Weston. If you didn't like the tour, my name is Lucia. Keep that in mind. And yeah, thank you for coming on this tour and enjoy the rest of your time in Ithaca.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
West Campus housing. This is where I said I couldn't see the areas. And then the lake. And you could see
这边就是手指湖那个最大的湖。